Hey, how's it going, everyone? Just back in with another live stream. This one will be pretty quick. I just have a bit of time before my tee off time, at 1 o'clock, a little bit later. So, just was listening to Bible Defender's walk and talk. And, just got me thinking about similar things that he's talking about the election, and where are they? And I think this is the question that a lot of us have and should have is where are this group of people, that are described in the Bible? Ultimately, they're the ones that wrote the Bible. So their character is expressed in the words itself, and then the question is, where are they? And then one important characteristic that they'll have is they'll have no guile in their mouth. Okay. And I'll get that precept here. So, that's what we all should wonder. Yeah, that's the reason why Bible Defenders in the chat. I was listening to that. So, and it was right. I really echoed his frustration, really, and his sentiment. Like, where are these people? If we're one of them, then then we were chosen. But if we're not, which is, again, we can't do anything to make that happen or undo that. But then the question is, where are they? And so Revelation 14:4-5, these are they which were not defiled with women. So they're not going to be effeminate. Okay. And for they are virgins. And the woman is sometimes used to describe like, false philosophies, and the same with Revelation 17:18, where America is described as a harlot and a prostitute. So this is a group that will come out of her, my people, okay, not partakers of her sin. So that's what it's talking about, being defiled with women. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. So the 144,000 are all men, but women and children will be taken away as well. And then there are other verses I can support that with. Jeremiah 31:8 is the one that I quote the most, I would say. But and I'll read it. Jeremiah 31:8, behold, I'll bring them from the north country, which is America, and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travailed with child together, a great company shall return thither. And we know what that means when it says shall return thither. Okay. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb, and in their mouth was found no guile. No guile. That's a pretty absolute statement. It's not some guile, a little bit, this and that. There's no guile. So if they know something, they say it. If they don't know it, they don't know it. They say, I don't know. They don't say it might be this, might be that, and this and that. They just say, I don't know. Okay. That's the deal. For they are without fault before the throne of God. And so we have a lot of people who are like, I don't know, this and that, might be this, 50-50, this and all that kind of stuff. And so, now the question is, where are these people? And so anybody that doesn't know becomes potential this, and I'll get this precept, a double-minded man. And we see this unstableness, instability worldwide. This includes our government. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That, of course, includes, the government as well. They're double-minded. Okay, they don't know. Just quite. It's obvious that our government's not part of the elect, but they have guile in their mouth, and they're double-minded, and that means that they're going to be unstable in all their ways. So this is why the Bible says that we have to come out of her, my people. Don't be partakers of her sin. So we're not supposed to ever accept double-minded leadership. Okay. Not even a little bit, because it's unstable in all of his ways. Once they become double-minded in one thing, then they become unstable in all of their ways. And it's the same thing when you break one of God's laws, you violate all of them, so you become unstable. Okay. That's the same mindset of this group. They're like, if you are violating one of God's laws, then I worry that you're going to go and violate a second one and a third one and a fourth one and a fifth one. And so that's what this group of people understand. James 1:8, 18, 666. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So when you look around, me personally, and this is what Bible Defender was saying, you see unstable people everywhere. Okay, in the Black Hebrew Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, Christianity, in Latter-day Saints, in atheism, of course, in the LGBTQ community. I mean, everywhere. Fox News, CNN, every which way you look, you see double-mindedness. And so the unique thing about me, and then the few people that come by here on a few topics, we're not double-minded at all. Okay, we know what the shape of the earth is. We definitely know what it's not. We know that this physical earth is hell, and then we know what the mark of the beast is, and then we know what Christ looks like, and where the Jews are predominantly, and then Mystery Babylon, and et cetera, et cetera. So, and we know what are the signs prior to his return. For example, these blood moons. You ask some of these Hebrews, like, which blood moon will Christ return after? They're like, we're not dismayed by the signs in the heaven. What are you talking about? That's Bible prophecy. So we're not dismayed. We're asking you an opinion about the signs in the heavens, which the Bible says we're supposed to pay attention to. In the firmament, in the stars, and then in the moon and the sun and all that, eclipses. And that's God's doing those eclipses, okay? It's not the stupid reason that NASA gives you. So these people don't know what's going on, okay? And that means that they don't have a testimony, which has to be the spirit of prophecy, which involves the things going on in the sun and the moon and the stars, and then, of course, things on earth, Mark of the Beast, and Mystery Babylon being revealed, and et cetera, et cetera. So all these people I view as unstable, double-minded, okay, having guile. And so now the question is, are these people even on the earth? If it's not, the few people that come by my channel, then, I wonder, we could ask natural questions like, where are they? Okay. Do they even exist? And that's a fair statement, considering the fact that these things are so obvious. And so that's exciting for me personally. All I can share is just how exciting this is for me, because my vantage point now is that I can't take anybody else except me teaching the Bible seriously. So is it going to is somebody else going to pop up later, like next month or next year or the year after? I think that that's incredibly unlikely. Again, because of all the signs that are intensifying, and birth pains. And so I view that as statistically unlikely. I'm certain that they're out there. Again, they have to be 144,000 at least men that, are not double-minded. They're going to say, this is the mark. This is hell. This is the shape. Or they're just going to say, on topics of the shape, they may not know because some of them are blind. And so, but on various things about evil, they're going to say, yeah, if my eyes could see and I could see what was going on, they would say, yeah, if people are doing that, then yeah, that's evil. Yeah, that is the mark. And then they wouldn't argue and go back and forth with you. They'll just be like, yeah, that is it. Okay, that is the Charagma and the Dexios and all that. So they're not going to argue because they're spiritual men and they're not double-minded. And why are they not double-minded? Because God has touched their mind. Okay, so those men are out there. We have to believe that. Okay, even if it's not us. So, or else if that's not the case, then there's no one here to save. Okay, Christ does not have anybody that is of quality, which is what the Bible says. The tested quality of God's elect will be made manifest, and there'll be no one here to rescue. And then, then we don't have any hope in salvation in the sky. We have to then create a form of earthly salvation, like work with other people and try and, gather resources and create a safe community. But the problem with that is you're not going to find very many like-minded people. And even if you could, you're going to be completely powerless because those people have already been drained by this society emotionally, financially, spiritually, and all that. So they're going to have nothing left in the tank, so to speak. Pardon the pun, quite literally, with the prices of gas and diesel. So there's no hope, of quote unquote combining resources, creating a compound, common area, common space with like-minded people. That's not going to happen. So, that's just something that we'd have to deal with, I guess, and just to understand that, we just lived in a generation where, we were squeezed out of it, and it wasn't Bible prophecy. It's just, we just did not align with the principles of that system, and that system, controlled all the resources, which is very clearly the times that we live in now. So, then, it's all for one, it's a free for all, basically. So, it's that's looking not likely the case, I would say, clearly at this point. And, the lack of belief and certainty proves that the Bible's true, in my opinion. Then I'll get this precept. People's lack of faith do not void the Bible. Okay, not at all. Romans 3:3, for what if some did not believe? This is Romans 3:33. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? And, this is not true. Okay. God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Okay. This is amazing thing. Okay. And so we know that, that this earth is going to be filled with faithless people, and it hasn't changed in the last days. Certainly, it's just intensified. It's become more obvious. And so, this is just know that when you look around and see instability, in people and their, in their opinions and then the way they live their life, just know that that's Bible prophecy. Okay, because this double-mindedness and all that is God doing it. Okay, He's sending spirits of confusion, amongst people. Okay, I'll get that precept. I'll intermingle a perverse spirit, is what God says. So this is the work of God doing that. This is another good precept. Philippians 2:5, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Okay, 2:15-17. Okay. Let's get this one here. Isaiah 19:14. You add that together, that's 33. Okay, that's not a coincidence. Talking about the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And so that's the way God views all these people that, err in every work thereof. And once you err in one work, you err in every work, according to the Bible. Okay? A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So once you become uncertain about one thing of the Bible, you become unstable in all of it. And so that's why I don't take people seriously unless they're certain about what the mark of the beast is. If you're not certain, then you have to go and ask God and get certainty from him, or else you're Antichrist. Okay? It cannot be more obvious what the mark of the beast is. We're not playing games anymore. Okay? If you don't agree with what it is, then just watch. Okay? Watch us be wrong. Okay? No worries. Okay? And you can laugh. I will not be offended, and you should laugh if this ends up not being the mark of the beast. We're the stupid ones and the evil ones. I'll take that, because it's true. I would be stupid and evil, because I would have been stupid and evil and gullible to fall for the Bible, basically, and then, then I would be wishing harm on people who don't deserve any harm, because there is no judgment for that. And so I would accept that ridicule, and I deserve it, and so, even more reason that I would have to be rejected from society, even though I was rejecting myself prior to this narrative. I aborted it. But it's even more reason why I should not be welcome back in. And I'm okay with that. Again, I'm playing with house money. Like, my mind and everything was checked out prior to 2020. Okay, so this was just icing on the cake for me personally. So I'm not offended at all. So, but if it is, then everybody who's not teaching it, you're unstable. Okay, and you're going to get destroyed. Okay, because you're a liar. And, God's not dealing with unstable people in the kingdom or anything like that, because God's more than happy to tell you what it is if you go and ask him, which no one does. Okay, like Tahar and End Times Teacher and all these other actors. They have all this time to do live streams and this and that, and, click the link and all that, but they don't have a few minutes to go and ask their Rakra Kradash or whatever the hell they talk about. They don't have a few minutes to go and ask that God what it is. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. And don't get me started on the Christian church. They're completely lost. So this is easy peasy, and so let me say this: if this is not the mark, then the Bible is not true. Okay, because this is on a deeper level too. Those people that were unstable, then somehow God was speaking through them. Then I'm definitely not, worshiping this God. Okay, because he forgot about his laws, and then he's speaking through people that he said are unstable and perverted. So I'm like, well, God, are you confused now? Like, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? Like, you said double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And then all of a sudden, like, you start speaking through people who are double-minded and unstable. How does that work? Okay. That doesn't make sense. And those spirits, those prophets, those quote prophets, those actors, like all of a sudden they're righteous now, and then they have the truth and all that, when we know that they're just a bunch of liars and actors and monsters and perverts and rappers and dummies. How does that work? So that doesn't work for me, okay? That doesn't work for TMoG or TMoC or CP or Mind of Golf, or that's never going to work for any of those people, man, okay? It's all the same person as me, but that doesn't make sense, okay? That doesn't sit well with me. And so that's not a God that I'm going to worship, okay? I will only worship the God of the Israelites if this narrative is the mark of the beast. There's no other option at this point. Okay, and then of course, if the earth is flat, stationary, and if this earth is hell, because that's what he said. And so that's I'm banking on that. But again, I'm not financially in any way, but that's a solid investment. Okay, and that's a requirement and a stipulation that's the case. There is no future mark that will get judged or anything like that. And so, if people come by here with a different opinion, just keep your peace. Okay, shut up. Don't type anything, okay? And just wait and see, and we're not going to wait very long. Because again, I also will not worship this God if he returns after the 2025 blood moon. That's completely ridiculous. That's totally outlandish. And so it will only be this one and the next one. That's it. And again, we don't know the exact date after it. Like, it could be one day, it could be a week, it could be a month or 2 months or 3 months. We don't know. But if God set things in motion for his son to return after the 2025 blood moon, then the Bible is not true. Okay, for me, it is not. It is not to be taken seriously with the things that we see going on right now, most notably the mark of the beast being revealed, and it could not be more obvious. So it's got to be this one that's coming basically tonight or the next one. Okay, I'll leave room because, again, we don't know where these people are on earth. Like, they could be in a place where God can still sort of shelter them and allow them to not have to sin to be here, which then I would ask, then if that's the case, then why are they asking for salvation? If they don't need to sin to stay here, and they could, weather the storm, so to speak, for another 6 months or a year or 2 years, then why are they asking for salvation if they don't have to sin to stay here? Okay, then what's the point? And so that doesn't make sense. I would assume that they're in the same situation or potentially worse than I am. And then the few people that come by here where we have to sin because we have to be around other double-minded and unstable people, including in the truth community. I don't know, it could be this, could be that, 50-50, this and that. What the hell? Where does that sound? Does that sound like this God at all? Okay, give me a break. They're just actors. And I would say at this point, they're just terrible actors. Okay, in the government, on YouTube, in your family, everywhere. Okay, it's simple. So this is the nice thing about it, like the signs are lining up to where it's just it narrows it down. It really does, to where it's impossible for God to not return, after one of these next 2 blood moons. And again, I would lean towards this one simply, obviously, because I want to see it, but it wouldn't make sense because in November, I don't even think people in America are going to be eating and drinking and giving into marriage. That doesn't make sense, because they're barely doing that right now. Okay, with all the inflation and all these farmers about to go bankrupt, and there is not a genuine, quote unquote, cheerfulness. It's barely there right now, barely. And I would even argue that we're talking about, again, on the order of days that's going to go away. the markets continue to crash and stuff like that, like layoffs happening everywhere in the tech sector and everywhere. So there is no general and genuine cheerfulness that, you know, everything's going to be okay. So they'll give into marriage and eating and drinking and all that, which is prophesied going to be the mood on earth, at least in America, when Christ returns. No matter what these bird brain Hebrews say, okay, saying that that's going to be fulfilled after the Great Tribulation, which is completely ridiculous, okay, like total nonsense. And so this is it, you know, it's very clearly has to be it, you know, either this one or the next one. And notice how none of the other quote unquote religious people want to make a statement on that. They'll say, yeah, I don't know, it could be this, could be that, we'll see, and all that kind of stuff. Well, I made the statement last year that if I was the 144, then it would have had to have happened last year. It had to, because then after that I was sinning. Now I'm going to say, with what I see going on YouTube, that the Bible becomes incredibly suspect if it's not after this one, because where are the election? Okay, where are they? And so, you know, again, if you have the ability and hunker down and it doesn't happen this one, to wait till the next one, you know, that's up to you. But not after that. Not there's nothing in the future. Okay, 2024 or 5 or 6 or 7 or anything like that. Look at the fruitcakes that we have in the world right now. They basically are playing dumb. I don't know. It might be this, might be that. They're supposed to know the signs. Okay. And so how come they're not paying attention? And how come they're not stating what God is supposed to be telling them about when he's going to return? And then they're supposed to put their life behind it, which I have not seen. Okay. Matthew 24:29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, we're clearly in tribulation now. Okay. For any of you morons who are like, no, we need to go through more. You go through more then, you stupid idiot. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. The sun be darkened is an eclipse, okay, which happened, recently. And the moon shall not give her light, which is this blood moon. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And that stars is Aster, okay, which is also used to reference angels. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, all the tribes, all of them, including a majority of Israelites. Okay? They're going to be like, oh, wait a minute, I thought he was supposed to be here at the end of the Great Tribulation. Now, they're going to be shocked, okay? And then they get to find out who the real two witnesses are. And then shall the sign of all the and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay? And he shall send his angels, or Aster, with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from one end of heaven to the other. Okay? Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When this branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, he know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. So we're supposed to pay attention to all these things. Okay? Where are these people, man? On YouTube or anywhere in real life, stating that they see the signs and then putting their life behind it. Bunch of donkeys. Bunch of morons. I don't know. Could be this. Could be the next one. Could be 40 years from now, 50 years. What the hell are you people talking about? You stupid idiots. Okay? Give me a break. Verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass. This is in verse 34, 444, FFF 666. This generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. So this supports reincarnation. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. So these words are going to come true. And we literally see them coming true right now. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. So we don't know the day or the hour. Okay? We know the month, the year. Okay, those things people know. Okay? And who knows them? The election. Okay? But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. And again in verse 36, giving us a clue when that is going to be. We don't know the exact date, but we know it's in the 666 time period. Okay? Verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, which represents a sense of cheerfulness, even though there was mass destruction and death coming. Okay? Until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So right up until that day, they were what? Eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage. And that's the same in the last days. So there has to be a general, genuine, weird, optimism, at least in America. Okay. Because these verses don't apply to certain parts of the world because they're not eating and drinking because there's famines there. And so it again proves that the end times are focused in America, which is where the deliverance will be focused of in the North Country, like I read earlier, because it cannot be in places like Israel because there's war right now. The Palestinians and the Israelis and all that stuff. And so this is talking about the general vibe in America. And my point is that these days are pretty much coming to an end. Okay. There's going to be no opportunity for Christ to return during this time if he does not return soon, because these days are almost numbered here in Babylon. Okay. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, the other left. So women are part of the elect, but they're not of the 144,000. Okay. Which are the saints. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. Verse 44, therefore be ye also ready. This is in verse 44. Okay, for the elect. For in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. How come it doesn't say for in such a day? Okay, we're not going to know the particular hour, but it's letting us know that we're going to know the time period. Okay, for sure. So that's the deal. Okay. That's the times that we live in now. And again, all I can speak is from my vantage point, that all I see is a bunch of I don't knows and this and that and all that. And then that's reasonable if the Bible's not true. Okay. People don't know because whatever, who cares? There is no central entity that's connecting all these things. So then, then it makes sense, why people don't know. And I don't know, it could be this, my interpretation, this and that. So that's reasonable. But if the Bible's true, then why do we have all these people that don't know, when literally everything could not be more obvious? Well, I need to see this and all I need to see that and all that. Why don't you go ask God? Okay. And he'll tell you, and it should not take that much time. It's basically common sense. Okay. That this earth is literally begging to be destroyed. Okay. It's like, please destroy me. Let me send nudes into outer space like NASA and those other demons. Okay. Let me do all this abortion stuff and not take care of the poor and, mock Christ and all this kind of stuff. Okay. They're just asking for it. And, we'll just print money and out of thin air and just, make weapons and try and, kill each other, and then make weapons that will try and kill God, when he returns and this and that. Give me a break. Okay. And so I'm just saying I'm perfectly comfortable with my position. Because one way or the other, I'm going to exit this place knowing that the whole earth is filled with a bunch of fruitcakes. Okay? Like total fruitcakes. So if you want to do anything intelligent or intellectual or, creative or all that, you can't do it here. You got to be out of here. Okay? And preferably as far away as possible. And so that's my mindset. Okay? And it's being reaffirmed every single day. It's amazing. And, it could not be more obvious on those three truths that they're literally true. Okay, that the earth doesn't move, that this earth is hell, and then what the mark of the beast is. It could not be more obvious. They're literally telling us that those three things are true because NASA are just a bunch of perverts, and we're supposed to trust NASA when they're sending nudes into space. Okay, give me a break. Oh, okay, cool. So God put the truth in a bunch of people that, are just, hanging and dangling off of a bunch of wires and, making up CGI and all that and then sending nudes into outer space. You want us to believe that those people are telling us the truth? Are you kidding me? And so, that can't be true. And, so that's easy peasy. And, that we know that the earth has to be not what they're telling us because they're just a bunch of reprobates. Okay. Yeah. Kill God. That is humans' arrogance. They've killed God once, when Christ was on the scene. And they're going to try and kill God again. This time they're going to try and kill him permanently with fire, because they know that when they get destroyed with fire, it kills their soul, because they, again, the God's left-hand side know the Bible. Then they're going to try and kill God with fire to see if they can kill his soul this time, not just his body, his flesh. Okay, because he rose again, yeah, in the past. And so that's why they're building all these hot weapons, okay, using heat. And so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to kill God again. 2 Ezra 13:34, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. So they're trying to kill God permanently this time, okay? And when he sends his two witnesses, who are not these ding-dongs on the street, they're going to kill them, okay? Because anytime God sends his representatives or anything righteous, this earth kills it, or tries to at least. But thankfully, in the last days, they'll not be able to do that with Christ. Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I'll take vengeance, and I'll not meet thee as a man. So he's not going to be in a state where he can be killed. Okay, that was a one and done. Okay, then he was resurrected to an eternal state. And that's what we're asking as well. Okay, we do not want to, quote unquote, die, and then we want to be able to now live forever, so we don't have to come back to this hell. Bible Defender, what's up, man?
Man, this is it.
Yeah. Shalom, dude, what's up?
Man, listen, I'm on the same vibration. I was, going on that live stream because I was meditating on that all morning. I was saying, well, I have no problem with not being elect, but then if that's the case, where the hell are they?
Yeah.
Because I won't be that proud and say, you know what, I know everything. I could stamp it that I'm the elect, but then there's no problem with that. Where the hell
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah.
It's not the people on YouTube. We know that. We 100% know that.
Yeah.
There's no doubt
We
about
know
that.
we know who they're not. That's the way to put it. We know who they're not. Yeah.
Definitely not. We don't even have to question is Christianity. Like, I mean, you're
Yeah.
just crazy. Islam. The Quran says the Bible. I mean, the Quran says read the Bible. The Quran says the Israelites are above all people. The Quran says only the Israelites are going to receive salvation. So
Right.
I think we need to go follow the Israelites.
Yeah.
Like this place
I'm
is
glad you
crazy.
mentioned that, man. I didn't know that the Quran said that, actually. I know they reference the Israelites for sure. Yeah.
No. It literally says that it says the priesthood is for the Israelites. The prophethood is the only prophets are the Israelites. You could go check it out. I did a lesson on it a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I said Islam destroyed in under 15 minutes. I just destroyed Islam. So,
Yeah.
there's no see the problem with them is if they even they'll say, well, yeah, the Quran says that the Israelites are the chosen people, that they only are gonna receive salvation and whatnot. But the problem is with them, they'll say, okay, but what our God did was bring all people together and all nations together. Well, how is that possible if he's still putting the nation above everybody over the whole world? Like so now what Islam is trying to do is basically they're saying, well, our God is better than all gods because he's bringing everybody together, and that's the same thing we see with Christianity. Everybody and
Yeah.
that bring everybody together spirit
100%.
when the Lord is trying to divide everybody, and the Lord is
Yeah.
doing this division because everybody is retarded. So
Yeah.
it has to be division because I can't have fellowship with you and you don't know anything. There's no
Yeah.
point of me even talking to you or being around you because you don't know anything. And like I said, that's the problem I have with the quote unquote Hebrews. Because now
Yeah.
it's just getting out of hand now. Like now
But
it's
yo,
like
Bible Defender, I want to make a quick point, man. I'll give it back to you in 1 second. But you know how you said the God of the Bible is about division? He doesn't just say it. He's going to do the dividing. Other religions say, oh, yeah, we're superior. But the Bible's doing it. The God of the Bible's doing it. What? Through the mark of the beast. What other
right.
religion is dividing, but then saying, telling us how he's going to do it? And it means that it's billions of people. I haven't seen that in another religion. So that's
And
it, man.
the problem with these religions is the main thing is like everybody is. These religions don't even understand how much they're fulfilling Bible prophecy with the
Yes.
whole, especially with the notion of eating and drinking. That's what these other religions are doing. They're eating and drinking.
Hmm.
All these
Yeah.
other nations, they're partying. Everybody's like, I'm right now. I'm in Manhattan right now. Everybody's murphing it up. Everybody's like, look. Everybody's. Oh damn! I don't think I can switch the camera. But I'll turn. Look, everybody's
Hmm.
chilling. Everybody's
Yeah.
cool in Manhattan. Look, we living it up. You know, everybody, Dunkin' Donuts. You know, pizza. You know,
Yeah.
nice buildings. Everybody's like chilling.
Yo,
Nobody's
Bible
nobody.
Defender, you should hop in and get an iced coffee, man. I want a Dunkin' Donuts right now. But no, I hear you, man. Like, the people are oblivious, dude. They don't know what the hell's going on,
You know,
you
so
know?
everybody is murphing it up, partying it up, and especially when you go to these different parts of the city,
Yeah.
you won't even think it's the end times. You'll be like,
Right.
yo, you go to the past 2 months,
Mhm.
42nd Street's been like straight famous people over there every day. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
yo, they're having they part. Yeah, everybody's like going crazy, yo. It's funny
Yeah.
because when you bring certain things to their attention, like because you got Sakari, the younger camp. Which shout out to those younger brothers. I'll give it to them. They get deep. They get challenger deep. But
Yeah.
the problem with them is they still take on certain characteristics of their leaders. Like I'll give an
Agreed.
example. You
Yeah.
know like gang banging activity and just little stupid shit. But they do go
Yeah.
deep. They do go deep. They're not
Yeah.
ball earthers. They're not stupid. They have a lot of understanding. It's just some of the characteristics is a little off, and a lot of them are rappers, which I don't
Yeah. No.
know.
No. No. No one should be rapping. That goes for Eric Dubé too, man. Eric Dubé's a rapper. He wears a dress and wears women's clothes, man. Like, give me a break, dude. Like,
And
that's
this is
stupid.
why, and this is why I made that title this morning. I said everybody's a joke. Nobody's to be taken serious, even myself.
Yeah. That's why
And
I watched that video, and then this inspired this one. But yeah, it was a good one, man. I watched the whole thing.
and the reason why I say that, and the reason why I say don't take me serious because I'm not God.
Hmm.
Nor
Yeah.
do I know if I'm the elect, and nor should I even be saying out of my mouth, I don't know what the mark of the beast is. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's either it's obvious, or the Bible is just not true, or the elect is just going to be disgusting.
Right.
Because see the thing is now where the Hebrews do go right is they say, well, we have to endure to the end, right? Which is
Hmm.
true. But see, the problem, the real problem is what I'm having a struggle with is how long is the Lord gonna allow His elect to sin, even if that's
Correct.
the case.
Correct.
So even let's say the Hebrews are right on that standpoint. While okay, let's go with that narrative because you got to sometimes go with people's doctrine to see if it makes sense. Now, is the elect gonna be just nasty, or are they gonna have no guile in their mouth? Because like
Right.
I said, I give Tahar a lot of credit. I won't just say he's a 100% demon. I won't say that. I won't come out of my mouth and say that. But I have a problem with the fact that he doesn't understand what the mark is or doesn't really care because he's 50-50. And then the main part of it is when you bring something new to him that is true, he has a problem with it because his
Yeah.
pride is too high. But I would say
And here's
on
the
the earth,
deal. Yeah.
I would say, hold on, one more point. I would
Yeah.
say
Go
on
ahead.
the
Yeah.
earth though,
Hmm.
that is the probably most enduring man on the planet Earth. Nobody's endured more than the Apostle on the whole earth.
But
Nobody
here's
has
the
went out. Yeah, you can
here's the
continue.
deal, Bible Defender, with people like that. He's doing it because, and I've seen little snippets of him where he's like, the younger guys will be preaching, and I'll be like, okay, you can stop. I'm gonna cut in now. It's time for the elders. So he's got an arrogant spirit, He's like, oh, you guys you're not really teaching. Let me step in. So think about this, man. If you had a group of people that will greet you and give you a shalom and like, hey, apostle, and they'll even ask him for permission, hey, are we allowed to go and preach over here and all that. And so he's getting the same vibe as a CEO, people sucking up to them, and that's not the spirit of God. So I want people to know that's what Tahar is addicted to. He's not addicted to the truth, because if he was addicted to the truth, then if people were to tell him new things, he would embrace it. He's addicted to people sucking up to him, and that's antichrist. And so could God shake that spirit off of him in the last days? Yes, maybe. But is he of the two witnesses? Absolutely not, because they're not like that. And he's not of the elect. He's not of the 144,000. That's who we're looking for. Like Bible Defender said in a past stream, the purest souls on earth, because the purest souls on earth would not do that. They don't want other men to come up and suck up to them. That's an effeminate spirit. You're supposed to then empower other men to go be men, and so they can go and then be independent. They don't have to email you and say, hey, Tar, is it okay if we go preach over here and over there? Give me a break. What kind of man? And then we got freaking Sakari asking vocab for a hug. You don't go ask your enemy for a hug, man. And I'm not making that up. That's a video that I saw. That's soft
Nah,
as hell.
I seen that.
That's soft as hell, man. That's your oppressor. You don't even want to do that from another man. You don't know if this Israelites are really about Israelites, so you don't even want to do that in these days, man. We don't know who's who, man. You know, we don't even know if a man is a woman or a woman is a man in these days, man. So you don't do that. Like this is crazy, dude. So do I believe that those brothers, those butters, are in a better position to receive the actual truth when it appears? Yeah, because they know a lot, but a lot of them won't, because they're going to continue on being reprobates. And so it doesn't matter, you know, whether they accept it or not, but it's not them. It's not, you know, it's very clear, you know, that those aren't the people that we're supposed to be looking to. And then the nice thing about it, you open up the Bible and you can learn from God directly. It's amazing in these days. I mean, you can read a verse and go onto the news on YouTube and be like, that's the fulfillment. This is this. Yeah.
And then one thing I have a problem, you know, and like I said, I got a lot of love for end time teacher, but my problem with him is what I feel like he's not understanding is there's no such thing as 50-50, bro.
Yeah,
There's
agreed.
there's
Not
no
with this
wait.
God.
There's no wait and see what the mark of the beast is. Are you serious, bro?
That,
Like,
by the way, Bible Defender, I give you credit, man, because like, you know, on the flat Earth, you came to it, and then this. So my point earlier is now with what we know, because at the beginning I didn't know that this was the mark. You know, I was doing the microchip thing because I didn't know what was going to happen with the Corolla inside joke. But as it started evolving, and we look up words, and then we look at the spirit of the people doing it, we're like, no, man, this can't be righteous. So then, you know, I had to correct my doctrine. And so, you know, same with me. Like, I enjoy talking to end times teacher, and I don't know why he's going to flush all those years of teaching down the toilet by hanging on to the microchip, man. Look at all the evidence, man. We could hit you with articles after articles and videos and this and that and everything, man. You know.
and I'm trying. One thing I tried to explain to him yesterday, which, like I said, I think he's sincere, but I just think that, you know, one thing leads to another when you hold on to certain things that you know can clearly be debunked. And like I said, the only reason why, me personally speaking, I only even hold on to the microchip idea a little bit is because the people that's been saying it has been saying it for years, and the way that they could come with it will make sense. But the problem that I do have is the people that's pushing it and saying that is the mark of the
They're
beast.
evil.
And then
They're
and
evil.
then the second problem I have with the microchip is, are we giving ourselves more years to be here? Because
Right.
I said to him on the email, I said, okay, so, you know, even if that's the case, we could live with that. So that means, you know, we have to wait more years because the whole jab thing took about 2 years and some change to roll out.
Yeah.
So is it, you know, because I can see, what one thing you can see the microchip happening is if time goes past. If time goes past, yeah, they're definitely going to chip everybody.
Yeah, agreed.
Because everybody will be in a mind state where, all right, I'll give up. There's no Christ returning. It ain't no hope. Fuck it. I'm gonna just do whatever they say.
Yeah.
You know. Now, people like us, we don't care. I'm not taking no microchip even if God doesn't return. Are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm just
agreed.
not. I'm just not going with you. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's the people that they have to cut off from society. You know, and the thing is, you know, like I said, I think he's sincere. It's just the fact of the matter of, you know, wanting to hold on to things that, you know, that make sense to you. Because if something makes sense to you and it don't make sense to, you know, everybody else, then, you know, you're gonna hold into it. But like I said, he's one thing he's going wrong on is he wants to subscribe to something that's 50-50. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You can't do
No.
that, bro. There's no such
No.
thing as 50-50, especially if the leader is telling you it's a maybe, you know, or it's a half-half thing. Even with Shikari, they're like they're holding on to Apostle Hall, but then you can kind of see in these past months they're trying to like leap away from him, and it's like, yo, bro, it's either you want to be righteous or you want to be wicked.
And Bible Defender.
Everybody's trying to play middleman.
Right. And let me clarify. You can be 50-50 and not know everything, but you cannot be of a specific group, which we're talking about, the two witnesses and the elect. I'm not saying there are obviously sincere people out there that just don't know everything about the Bible, but God
Right,
still is
that's
going
true.
to. Yeah, but we're talking about the elect, just so people know, because, me and Bible Defender and people like that, we're deeper into the Bible. So we're not trying to say that, oh, you're not going to be in the kingdom if you don't know, all these breakdowns and the new covenant and all. No, we're not saying that. But if you want to be of the election, because the Bible makes a bold claim, only the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. So how can God's people be seeing but partially vision? No, it says the rest are blinded. So that's the only group that can see, and that means that they can see clearly. Okay,
Right.
so that's the claim that God makes, not us. So we're just looking around saying, and I'm saying I know clearly those three things: the shape of the earth, the hell, and the mark. I'm looking around for other people who know those with certainty, and I know a handful of people that come by here, and I'm like, where are the rest of them? Okay, like, shouldn't everybody just be reading their Bible 24/7 like it's food? Like, no, I'm not going to eat today. I'm just going to read the Bible because it's literally coming true. You know what I mean? It's not funny, but like the whole internet should be just live stream after live stream after live stream. Like, yo, this is it, man. Everybody, the Christians, the Latter-day Saints, everybody. But
Let me add on to
why is
that.
it not the case?
Let me add on to that point.
Yeah,
Christianity been teaching the Bible for so many years, and they don't even really want the end times to come.
right, exactly.
Wait, y'all been preaching the Bible longer than the Hebrews. And
Yeah,
you mean to tell me you don't want the end times to come? Damn, nigga, how long you want to labor?
right, exactly. And
It's
here's
like,
the deal. Think about the timeline too, Bible Defender. Like, if we based on these blood moons, is the microchip going to come out prior to, obviously not tonight's blood moon, of course, but the next one in November? Could they do it that quickly to some people? Possibly. But then is it going to be in 2025 that the elect will have to wait for their deliverance? No, man. We're talking. That's why this is it, man. This narrative has to be the Mark narrative, or the Bible is not the word of God. Then go back into the club, go corporate America, be a damn zombie, do whatever the hell you want, because there
look,
is no second coming.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it all the way G with you. Even if the Bible is not true, I'm still using the Bible I'm gonna just use the Bible and I'm gonna make everybody follow me.
Yeah, that's a good idea too, dude. Start a new religion, man. That'd be sick.
No, I'm not trying to be funny or like trying to make mockery of the Bible. I promise you, I'm not.
Yeah,
What I'm trying to say is though, and what I will tell everybody to follow me is, I'm gonna just give you all of the breakdowns and say, oh, if you want to follow this book, here all the breakdown. I'm gonna break down the
yeah,
whole Bible for you, and I'm gonna give you the breakdowns and say, okay, if you want to live this way, here, I'm gonna give you all the breakdowns here.
yeah,
Shape of the Earth, MOTB. I'm gonna give it to you all. But see,
yeah.
even you see what I just said, MOTB. How I'm gonna give you the breakdown of MOTB in 10 more years? It's gonna be everybody had one out already.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
so
There's too
it's
many holes
crazy.
in the. There'd be too many holes in the Bible if if this doesn't happen, because then what would happen if this narrative just passes? Then the tides tip in their favor, so to speak, as he says. He's like, the tide will tip in the atheist favor. They'll be like, wait a minute, let me see that book. What were you talking about? The mark and the judgment and the God's laws and the mystery. What
Right,
was all
right,
that? What was all that BS? Oh,
right,
wait,
right,
America's
right.
still right here. There's buses, trains. You can go to your job, you go golfing. You walk around New York. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And I'll
Right.
be like, you're right, man. You know what I mean? Again, we can't say that now because there's still time. But if too much time passes after the next blood moon, I don't know. They have a bit of a stronger hand. Right now, we have the strongest hand that could ever be dealt to anybody of faith. Why? Because
That's true.
the mark is out. We know Mystery Babylon's revealed if you have like two brain cells. Okay. We know what Christ looks like. We know where the Jews are. We know who the Jews are not, IDL and those dummies. And I mean, we know, I'm not saying this to be arrogant, but you can read any verse in the Bible and we'll explain it to you. Yeah, we'll be like, yep, that I can explain that, no worries. And that's this and those people and this and that. It's simple, man. Job
All right.
9:24 has already been fulfilled.
Let me
And
say something about let me say something about the small hats, if you will. See, the
yeah,
problem what we have about the small hats being the Jews. We don't even need history, or we don't need no geography facts. We don't need any of that to see to for you to even look at those people, even consider them the Jews. There's something wrong with you. You could just look at them on a regular
100%.
vibration, and
Yeah.
you could say that those are not the people. Everybody doesn't need a detailed background for you to know who they are, bro. Just look at
Yeah.
the Jews, fake Jews, and just look at them and say, no, hell no, those are not the people.
Yeah.
Just look at them, bro. They
They got to
they don't even operate on a frequency that you should take serious.
100%. They have this weird slimy vibration where they're trying to get in your pocket. They're trying to get money. They're trying to get something from you, or they're trying to enslave you, or get you to suck up to them. They have honestly, it's a very Tahar vibration. They're all cut from the same cloth, man. And so that's not the way the true people are not trying to get in your pocket. They're trying to get into the kingdom. That's a big difference. And it's the opposite mindset. Okay. They're not like, even what you were talking about on your stream about money. You give me and Bible Defender certain people that come by here $1 billion, $1 trillion, we're still going to be saying, may the kingdom come now. Okay.
Right.
Christ return today. Because first of all, you can't do anything. Yeah. You can't do anything with that money anyway. Even if you could, what the hell does it matter? Okay. It doesn't matter. They're just numbers on a screen. So that's a big, big difference. God's people, the Israelites, the chosen people, the election, they're not about money and staying here longer, because why? They're going to teach you that this earth is hell. And I don't know how many more video clips that me and Bible Defender and other people have to post to let you ding-dongs know this place is through, man. It's totally finished.
And I'll give the Most High credit, because I think to a certain extent the Most High is letting us post 1,000 videos a day, because he may want a lot of people to get it and receive salvation. Like, you know what? I'm going to just keep having you post videos, do live streams until you can't no more. Because, maybe I want somebody to wake up that's still just acting brain dead. But it's like, even if that's the case, bro, whoever you are, and let's say, because we don't know what type of high of a frequency the Most High is dealing with, because he said, our thoughts, not your thoughts, my ways is not your ways. So let's just give an example of the Most High saying, you know what, I'm still looking for one of the elect to wake up. Let's say you are out there, you are listening, and you still kind of so about the end times, bro. Just wake up, bro. Stop trying to so it. Stop trying to think that, it's maybe going to walk past. Stop thinking that, one day that, all of this is just going to go away and you're going to be all right.
Right.
No. Just get it now.
I want. Sorry to interrupt, man, but let's be real with people, man. We sometimes think that too. We're like, hey, maybe this is not all true. Maybe maybe America will live another year or 2 or 3. We have moments like that, but what God is doing by flooding the news, quote unquote news, now what Bible Defender said in his stream was true. Now the news is becoming true. Can you imagine that? All this fake BS news, it's so obvious they can't even hide it. So now they're like flooding the news with the truth. Okay, so it's like it's a wrap, man. It's so simple, man. Yeah, and I agree with what Bible Defender is saying, man. You don't have to be in this thing for.
The news is true now.
Yeah, it is. A lot of it, because they're like, Biden's a dummy. This war doesn't make sense. They're sending money over there, but they can't bring baby formula to our people. Homeless are out here taking showers over a water fountain in Houston, laying on the street naked. Really? You think that they care about those people? That's why God compared the Israelites to Sodom, because they did not strengthen the hand of the poor. How are the poor being strengthened? They're getting obliterated. Okay, the rent's increasing, evictions, this and that, food's increasing, every cost of everything's increasing. It's getting ridiculous out here. Okay. And I like what he's saying, because you don't have to be in this thing for 100 years or 20 years or 30 years or teach and all that. If you wake up and receive it, you're a family. Okay, we're not going to go ask you, hey, how many Bible verses do you know and this and that. And no, man, if you want out of here for the right reasons and you align with this God, I wish the best for you, man, woman, child. That's our mindset. Go ahead, sir.
My main reason why I want to get out of here, I say this personally, because my main reason why I want to get out of here, and I say this every live stream, is because when I look at the Bible and I try to, mimic it in terms of works, I say, damn, why do I keep falling short? Why can't I be 100% perfect like these people? Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, bro, the only way you're going to be perfect is if the Most High give you that increase. And what is that increase? Immortality. And that's the real increase. That's the only way you're going to be able to not completely sin. And then it should irk your soul if you sin and you really don't want to. Like, I'll give an example. You may, because, on a deeper level, and I don't like to use the example because people get bugged out. I don't want to bug nobody out, or get cardinal. But you give an example. You might see a beautiful woman, because there's a lot of beautiful women out here, but they're just totally stupid. Totally stupid.
Yeah.
But,
100%.
and you may look at her, you may think the wrong thought, and you're like, damn, come on, bro. I didn't even want to think that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
There's going to be a point in time where you're going to have that increase.
Yeah. And the thing is that our mind is, let's say you do get that woman. What then? Okay. Who cares? Okay. Does that change, like your soul and the kingdom and where you're going? And does that give you any lasting pleasure? Let's say somehow they were to jam $1 trillion in our bank account. Well, so what? Like, does that change the word of God? And, oh yeah, Shrek, Bible Defender, they got $1 billion. I'm going to push back my whole timeline for them so they can enjoy Babylon. It won't make a difference. That's what he, and I agreed with. I resonated with that. It's like, it wouldn't change a single thing. TMoG would still get on StreamYard. I'll still call all these other people stupid and still cry out to my God. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's why whether I have 5,000 or 5 million in my bank account, I don't care. Okay, I'm empowered by knowing that we now have the correct mind. Okay, our mind has been renewed, and then now we can see things clearly, and then we can see that the sun is about to make a grand appearance, man. And it's going to be a grand appearance, and for the world, it's going to be strange, not to us. Okay, that's amazing.
And another thing is, well, I think we could get that. We could go to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and read to verse 4, speaking about what you just said, the strangeness of the salvation. But anyway,
Right.
I wanted to touch on the fact that like, oh, look, I'm about to turn my camera back on. Look, they was eating, they was drinking, they was giving in marriage until when? Until the flood came, and then what happened? This is what they doing right now.
Yeah.
Right now, they eating, they drinking. While I'm on the live stream talking about the Bible, this is what they doing. They eating, they drinking. So they
Planning the weddings.
You have
Exactly. I mean,
so
they're at ease, man.
Right. It's probably a wedding going on in there right now.
Yeah.
So there you have it. There you have prophecy in your face. So there's no way right now to debunk the Bible. Right now, atheists is probably getting a little scared. Like, hold on.
Yeah, agreed.
People preaching
100%.
the Bible, they're on to something. But then
They better be
like
extremely worried.
Like TMoG brought out, if 2025 comes, right, and 2025 comes though, and no return to Christ, they're gonna be like,
they're gonna have a field day, man. They're gonna be shutting down churches left and right, dude. They're gonna, and I would join them, man. If I was here in 2025, I wouldn't become an atheist in terms of like being a reprobate. I would just go back to my normal life prior to the flat earth and just, I'd be trying to make money and, survive and, have, joyful experiences, chase women around and this and that. But I wouldn't go and be a demon or anything like that. But I would agree with them. I'll be like, yo, like, because we know the Bible, we could actually use our knowledge to go and be like, yo, like, you're waiting in vain. Like, it's not going to happen. So let me get Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. When they see it, which is Revelation 1:7, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Okay. So that's clearly coming, man. We got Fear the Lord, man. Shalom, man. Welcome, brother.
Hey, Chirag, what's up, brother?
Yo, sounds crystal clear, man.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That's the first.
What's up, man? Yo, man, we're just three guys, trying to get the hell up out of here, my friend. So how are you?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there.
Good.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Me and, Fear the Lord had a good conversation yesterday. And it's funny, man. I looked at the timestamp after we were done chatting over Skype. It was like an hour or two, and it felt like a couple minutes. That's the thing about the Bible, man. People want eternal life. We'll talk about eternal things. It'll feel like a second went by, And so, I appreciate, Fear the Lord quite a bit about those kind of conversations. Why? Because you can't have those anywhere else. Go try and talk to one of these Babylonians even about basic truths. They'll be like, huh? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So it's amazing, man. But what's up, dude? How's everything?
Yeah, man. I didn't want to stay on long or nothing. I was just gonna, go into what you're saying. Just how the majority of the whole world's just walking contrary to the Lord. And I was just reading that in Leviticus chapter 26, the verses. Was it Leviticus 26, 23 through 25? So I didn't know if you wanted to pull those up because it
Yeah,
sums
sorry, what
up.
was it again? Yeah, what was the?
It's
I'll pull it up.
Leviticus 26, verse 23 through 25.
So,
Talking about how they walk contrary to the Lord. He's going to walk contrary to them and send the pestilence, the sword, deliver them to the hands of their enemies, and that's what's.
right. Yeah, this is a great one. Leviticus 26, 23 to 25. And if ye will not be reformed by me by these things, but will walk contrary unto me, then I will also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins. How many plagues are in Revelation 16? Okay.
Oh,
So it's amazing. And I'll bring a sword upon you, and that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send the pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. So we were talking last night, God's going to enjoy this, man. He's going to like, hey, you guys take comfort in all this BS, the Kardashians and the NBA and NFL and all these government people are a bunch of dummies. God's like, all right, cool. Go be delivered unto them. See how they treat you.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That's what's going on, man. We don't even trust ourselves. The
No,
few people that come by here. We're not capable of even helping ourselves, much less our community, which is what we want. So they've robbed that ability of us. So God's like, all right, cool. I'm going to go and give that to them then, or by their own devices, their own medicine, which we
big
know
time.
is sorcery. So yeah, man, that's a great precept, dude. You always get those heavy hitters, man. I was reading some after our conversation last night, man. And all of us are reading the Bible every time for the first time. That's the way it feels. When you read it, you're like, wow. Like, I probably read this maybe a couple months ago, and I'm like, whoa, like, because it's coming true. You know what I mean? Like, it's an
Yeah,
amazing time. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
he sure trying to take away the good live stream from me. It's cool. It's
Uh,
cool though.
So,
But yeah,
but
yeah. This is some spiritual, beautiful times. You got blood moons, water's turning red. You got everything is coming to pass perfectly, but everybody is still somehow eating and drinking.
1 second, Bible Defender. FearTheLord, go ahead. Sorry, man. We got Bible Defender back, but
oh,
yeah, go ahead, dude.
yeah, exactly what Chirag's saying. What me and him were talking about last night. Every time we think, you know, we get deep and know something more and more of the Bible, we read it more and just learn, like that Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 16 through 17. It's just, we want it all, we want to know it all, but it's just impossible to know, every single detail. And then you got the Hebrew Israelites, out here saying they have 100% truth of everything when they clearly don't. The Bible
Yeah.
clearly says otherwise. Romans chapter 11, verse 33, many precepts on that. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. Just, that's the main point.
It's amazing, man. And I want people to take comfort in that, because we've been brainwashed, not just by the Hebrews, which are basically Christianity 2.0. We've
Yeah.
been brainwashed by our school system to be like, you're useless and dumb if you don't have the answer and you don't put up your hand and get 100%, this and that. You don't say the perfect thing like all these actors on TV. F all those people, man. Pardon my
Yep.
French. No, man. We want to be with our God, man. And look, God's sitting there quizzing people, this and that, making them sweat and all that. No, he's like, do you care about my people? Okay. Do you love people? Okay. Do you love me? Ultimately, that's what he says.
Yes.
That's not a freaking multiple choice or with anything. Okay. That's the nice thing about the times that we live in now. We can say the hell with all these, and literally to hell with all these people because they're in hell. Okay.
Yeah.
And no, we're not passing any quiz or, going up to a Hebrew and them trying to play Bible games with us. Okay.
Right.
No, man, we're asking for salvation. We need to be separated from all these people who are trying to give us a damn pop quiz and then measure our worth. Well, we want to be measured by the worth and the faith that God gave us. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. And they're offended by it and we don't care. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead now. Yeah.
No, you're exactly right. They get angry by it, especially the flat earth, which is what I think what brought me and Chirag into this, closer to God.
Yeah.
The revelation of that, and they deny it and reject it, till their last dying breath. And it's just, And it's all everywhere we look, man. It's all idolatry too. At the end of the day,
100%.
it's all false idol worship. You got people still packing the NBA stadiums to watch the NBA playoffs, football, basketball, all these sports, just all false idolatry everywhere, man. And they
Yeah.
don't know one Bible verse, one scripture. They don't even believe in a creator. So the Lord's
Right.
cleansed this whole earth, man, like a surgeon removing a cancer.
Exactly. That's well said. Psalms 115:4. Their idols are silver and gold. They worship money, right? The
Yeah.
work of men's hands. Oh, I built this, and look at this golf course and this house and this car and this boat and all this BS. Okay. And the funny thing about this, their idols are silver and gold. That's actually real money. Think about what the hell is a cryptocurrency and is freaking fiat money. So they're worshiping something that's like totally fabricated. So these are what the heathens do. This is why Christ says, the other nations chase after those things, not us. Okay. What do we chase after? The kingdom of God. Okay, which is inside of us, because the spirit that's inside of the men and women who are on God's right hand side is the kingdom. It's a collection of souls. And what are those souls doing? They're complaining continually.
Yeah.
Okay. It's amazing. How much easier could that be? God, I'm tired. I'm worn down by these people, these dummies, and I want to be a part of a kingdom where you're in leadership. What's God gonna be like? No, you're stupid, man. Shut up. No, I don't want to answer that. No, but he's written that everywhere, man. Okay, we're asking what he's already going to do. And that's what we were talking about last night. We were programmed and designed for this moment. I want people to know that. We weren't programmed and designed to be a slave in Babylon and, listen to these perverts tell us what to do and lock down 6 feet social distance, wear a mask and this and that. I wasn't designed for that. So it wasn't Fear the Lord Bible Defender, the people that come back here. We were designed for much more than that. Okay.
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
And the amazing thing too is, Chirag, it's like here we are on the brink of destruction, all hell breaking loose. And you think even these wicked brain dead zombies, heathens would at least try to call to a higher power or something, but they're still packing NBA stadiums, the Kentucky Derby, NASCAR races. Like, are you kidding me, dude? You're still cheering these worthless people on who care nothing about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the deal, and that's the deal, and they don't want it, and that's fine, and that's they have to then die by those devices like we just read earlier. So now we don't have to worry. I think a lot of us, and even Austin's in the chat, know we're supposed to find his people through the foolishness of preaching. That's not true. Okay, not in the last days. Okay, because the gospel is going to be preached by angels. God's going to search out his earth. Okay, and he's going to preach them exactly what they needed to hear in the right moment, at the right. Every syllable will be perfect. Your job and my job, anybody listening, is to do what says in Revelation 18:4, come out of her, my people. Don't be partakers of her sins. That's an individual thing. That's not, okay, make sure, everybody around you is obeying the law and, like Elohim Dog and Mike and all these dummies talk about and this and that. No, man, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to take care of you yourself as an individual, because the majority of people in our families hate God. So it's not a responsibility. And so this is another good one. 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called on my name, shall humble themselves. That's important. And pray, which is complaining continually in the last days, and seek my face and turn from wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and forgive their sin, which requires all those things to happen first. Okay, let me read them again. Humble themselves, pray, which is complain continually, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, which is Revelation 18:4. Then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. That hasn't happened yet. What does it say here? Forgiving sin and healing the land. That's 1-to-1. Go any land here, you're going to see dog poop. You're going to see human waste. You're going to see garbage everywhere. That's not the land being healed. So forgiveness of sin and healing of the land and body is the same thing. That's what Christ taught. So no one's sins are forgiven until they do the things first. Let me read it again. My people, if my people, which is the same language in Revelation 18:4. Wait a minute. Why is 2 Chronicles using the same language as Revelation? It might be because it's the same God. Okay.
Right. Who is his people? Matthew 2:6.
Right. I'll get that after I read this, but that's a good one. I just want people to know, these people out here talking about the New Testament is copied and this and that. It's the same God, dummies. Okay? What the hell are you guys talking about, man? If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. Okay? And that's our responsibility in the times that we live in now. And that's the same responsibility from the beginning. Okay, Matthew 2:6, and now Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Ooh, there
Yeah,
it is.
that goes. Yeah, that goes back to Genesis 49, verse 10. The scepter shall not depart, nor a lawgiver from between his feet till Shiloh come, and that's
Right,
Christ. The gathering of the
right.
people shall be under him.
Yeah, we align ourselves with this God, and we're not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed to say that I worship the God of the Israelites. I'll say that every day, publicly, privately. I'm not ashamed of this God.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, he's deceived us, but he tells us that he did it and he has a reason for it. And it brought him pleasure. So he must be taking pleasure in the fact that we're not deceived anymore. And then we're doing what we just read earlier, where we are now calling on his name after we've humbled ourselves. Okay. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm curious as to know why that happened. And how could that have brought him pleasure? And what can we do to make him increase his pleasure?
Right.
Okay. Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, listen to this, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and you receive not of her plagues. That's 1-to-1. That's a transaction. If you do not partake of her sins, which we could literally spend 5 hours rhyming off all of them, then you receive not of her plagues, which is the wrath of God. Okay. And so, wait a minute, why is the Bible using the same language in Second Chronicles, in Matthew, and Revelation? That's kind of strange. I think it's the same God. Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Fear the Lord. This got to be it, buddy. I don't know what to say, man.
Oh, it is. It is.
Sounds like a broken record. This has to be it. So
Christ is coming any day, brother.
yeah,
And just to sum up everything you've been saying too, Chirag, if you can get Micah 4 verse 9, I think
yep,
it's about that's when they're going to cry aloud in pain. And the Lord is sarcastic with it. He's like, well, go cry into your idols, your LeBron James, your Bidens,
right,
the Andrews, everyone you looked up to, and now that you're in pain, that's travail as a woman. Where's your king? Where's your leader during that? So that's what
yeah. That's deep, man. And it's like, everybody wants to argue who's the GOAT. Is it LeBron? Is it Jordan? Yeah, what's that going to win you? Okay, you won
Right.
that debate. What the hell's that going to get you, man? When God is just burning this damn place.
I mean, not
Exactly.
even that. If you want to be honest, ain't no even debating that. Jordan's the GOAT. That's it.
I would agree with that. Micah 4:9. Now why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? Wait a minute, let me read that again. Now why dost thou cry out loud? Is there no king in thee? Oh, wait, Biden? Oh, he fell. He's died of the Corolla. Okay, that guy's just gonna drop dead, man. He's a dummy.
Exactly.
Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. Wow, and that's the same language. Wow, again, as Matthew 24. Big shocker, right? It's the same God. It's
Same
amazing,
God.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what these the religious people, the churches, the Christians, like, they're the worst, Chirag. We know this, and they're gonna
Yeah.
pay for all this, man. All this judgment, everything that in the book that they claim to know and read, all the harsh wrath and judgments, that's gonna be flipped onto them.
Yeah.
So sooner or later, they're gonna realize at the end of the day, oh, I've been an actor this whole time, and I'm
Yeah.
about to face all this. What Jeremiah said, what Ezekiel said, what Isaiah said, what Micah, Malachi, Zephaniah. This is all coming to me. Oh boy.
Yeah. Think about it. I want people to just use this analogy, okay? You have a family, right? You have a parent, and the parent is like violently taken out of the home, which represents Christ when he was taken away, killed. And then they go into the home. They don't let you leave and explore the home, so you don't know where you are. And then they replace the leadership with Creepy Joe, who's is got wandering hands. People know what I'm talking about. He's just a
Creepy
completely
Joe.
disgusting human being. And then that's our world now. We don't know where we are because they hid the shape of our earth, and then they put these perverts in leadership. And you don't think that God's pissed off about that? I'm pissed off about that, and I'm a man. I'm
Yeah.
a sinner. Okay, so God is now letting us know that that's where we are. So we know where we are. Okay, we're not on a spinning ball, and we're being led by the wicked, which is prophecy in Job 9:24. And they're trying to kill God when He returns to try and rescue His people. So what do you think God's going to do? He's going to just obliterate the place, man. And we're anxious for that. Okay, we're not
Yeah.
being led by these senile, they don't remember what the hell's going on, amnesia. Okay, I'm not, me personally, I'm not. Okay, and so this is amazing. Okay, it could not be any easier to cry unto the God of the Israelites. It could not be any easier. Okay, and that's a very sinister lie about the ball earth. Okay, We got some Hebrews out there saying, what difference does it make? It's not going to matter. Well, it matters, dummy. Okay? It matters what the shape of the earth is, because that proves that God exists. And it proves ultimately that this God exists because he
And
says he's behind the deception.
you don't want to know what's so crazy behind that? That you
Yep.
saying that the flat earth, which is true, proves that God exists. That's what
Yep.
the word Yahweh means. He exists.
Right.
That's literally what it means. So you see how everything is always like connecting in terms of like, the way the Lord is always singing the same song. It's always the Lord singing the same song in the
Yep.
Bible, throughout the whole Bible. It's always the same narrative, and
Yep.
everybody's trying to get away from the whole narrative that the Lord is only bringing salvation to a select group of people because they
Yep.
actually want out of here, which you should want out of here because it's about to be a point in time where it's either you're going to have, their control or, it's going to be nothing. And
Yeah.
and the thing is, I think the scriptures speak about not wanting to let a man of a lower stature rule over you. You
Yeah.
don't want. Why would you want Biden to rule over you and you're much smarter than him?
Agreed. Way smarter.
Like
Way smarter.
way,
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I don't even believe he finished high school. So so now we got people like that trying to tell us, oh, you gotta, do this, do that. It's like
Mhm.
it's laughable, but then you gotta get angry because it's like, yo, they really kind of do got the authority to tell you that because you're under their feet.
Yeah.
So it's like how one of you people out there is gonna sit there and say, you know what? I'm smarter than my leaders. Why are the people that's
Agreed.
leading? Why are my people that's leading me is nowhere near on my level? And then
Yeah.
not only they're not on your level, they're not even like people that you should even consider to even listen to because they have no
They're
understanding of
beasts.
anything.
They're beasts. And I want you, you men out there, you simps, start realizing that you're smarter than your woman too, man. Stop being just a damn soy boy, man. Like, not all women are unrighteous, of course, we know that, but stop being like a feminine, man. Listen to your girl and take pictures or Instagram and stop being like that. Okay, you people make me sick. And again, we've been like that. We've fallen for women and this and that. Whatever, man. We're not living in those times, man. Like, the woman is the mother of the earth and what all these Islamic preachers and these dummies talk about. And no, man, the God of the Bible is not woman worshiping. None of that.
Well,
Okay.
according to Kemet, the black woman is God. Even
Right.
even
Exactly.
even the so-called white man laughs at that. He's like, "Ha,
Yeah.
are you kidding?" He's like, "Are you kidding me? We make these black women do whatever we want." And
Right.
that's true,
Yeah.
100% true.
Yeah. That's
So if
literally true.
so if Esau, who we believe is the Edomites, is laughing at that, like, come on now, let's stop. Everybody has to, take a pause, stop for a minute, and all you got
Yep.
to do is stop for a minute and just think. It don't take that hard. I mean, everybody got time to think. When you in your room, even if you homeless and you listening, you got
Yep.
time to think. You're not totally just exempt from not being able to think, bro. You got time to think and sit there and say, you know what? I am doing something wrong. Maybe I am kissing up to my woman too much. Maybe I
Yeah.
am, kissing to the Hebrews too much. Maybe I'm just doing something too much. And
Yeah.
you gotta rethink yourself every day. Every day you gotta be doing
Yeah.
something wrong, you know. If we was all doing something right, we'd be the hell out of here. So we still ain't doing nothing right.
Yeah. Agreed. I think that's your point, and it's a good attitude to have that you said earlier. It's like, don't trust anybody. Just go to God, and then you won't have regret. I think that's what you were mentioning in your stream earlier. It's like,
Yeah, I
at least you'll
definitely.
die. At least, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're like, at least you'll pass away knowing that you are comfortable with what you were doing. Like, you did it. It wasn't this person and this person,
Right.
and that's the comfort that every real man should want, because the Bible says that a real king searches out a matter. Okay, and I can get that precept. So that's what we're doing. We're searching out the matter. Okay, we're looking at the world, trying to understand it, and then the world to come, and then that's what a wise person would do.
And
Get the precept.
Let's say this. Because what if the Most High was doing this? See, we don't never know what frequency the Most High is really working on. Well, let's
Hmm.
say the Most High was setting up the kingdom on earth with us, right? And he was saying, okay, I want TMoG and the people that actually know things to be the kings and rulers on the earth. But you know
Hmm.
what? In that on the earth, I'm gonna set up a kingdom, but I'm not gonna return. I'm just gonna kill off all of the dummies,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna set up the kingdom, and I'm gonna give you the power and the rulers of the earth. You know
Mhm.
what that means, right? That means the majority of the people that's idiots out here, you're gonna have to fall in line with people that's of a higher stature than you, and it's
Yeah.
not going to be because we did it. It's going to be because the Most High did it. Everybody's trying to figure out their own high stature. Okay, I got this much wisdom. You come follow me. No, we want the increase from the Most High. Even
Yeah.
if you get a woman, even if you get a woman, you want it to be straight from the heavens,
Correct.
straight from
She'll fall in
straight
line because she'll fall in
straight from
line. Yep.
straight from the heavens, like descending, like she's like an angel. Like, woo. Then you'll be like,
Hmm.
oh shit. You'll know if you'll know if your woman is from heaven. You know,
Hmm.
it doesn't take that much to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Agreed.
and there, like I said, there's a lot of righteous women out there, and
Agreed. Yes.
even in them being righteous, that doesn't mean they fell from heaven. Everybody has a breaking point. So
Yeah.
it's like, when are we gonna sit there and everything has to be centered around the Most High? What you
Yeah.
do, say, everything you can't. That's why I said. The only problem I have, the only problem I have with Tom Teacher is the fact that he doesn't really want to go to God. He wants to go to Tahar.
Right.
And it's like, you know way more than him. Like, you're way ahead of him.
Agreed. Yes.
Like
And
yeah,
I respect Anton's teacher more than Tahar, and a lot of people worship Tahar. So that should tell you what's really going on. And you can say that he's like quirky and stuff, but he teaches. Again, I disagree with quite a few things, but it's I would just say for people, man, and even the younger people in Sakari and GMS and these groups, man, you're at the finish line, man. Like, Sakari's not going to save you, or
right,
Tahar or Nate or anything. So just cross the finish line, man. You've labored, okay, and you've studied it, and you know that it's true, and so just cross the finish line, man. And that's where the election are waiting. And then what Bible Defender is saying, maybe there's a couple that need to be added before it all ends, but there's quite a few of them waiting at the finish line, man. We know that this book is true, and we'll put our life on it gladly. And I'm not the only one. There's lots of people. So that's very true. Proverbs 25:2. It is the glory of a king of God. Sorry, it is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. Okay, that's what a real man does. They search out a matter. Your woman, a lot of them are going to get in the way. Be like, hey, just curse God and die, this and that. Shut up, woman. Okay, stupid. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12:10. Some of these are going to be in your home. Never trust thine enemy. Some of them are going to be in your own household. For like as iron rusteth, so with his wickedness. So it becomes more and more coarse. As something gets rust, it becomes more and more abrasive. So is his wickedness. That's what we see going on in the world right now. Okay. But yeah, these are good precepts in the chat. We got young Moses in the chat as well. Are the righteous women are still under their fathers or husband? That's correct. Okay. And so they don't go out on the streets and snap half-naked pictures on Instagram and Snapchat and this and that. Okay. Hell no. Here the Lord's like, they love to put their woman first. They say, happy wife, happy life. What about please God, honor God, happy life, long life, Heavenly Father? Where are
right,
those sayings and memes? Okay.
right,
Here the Lord's
right,
like, the Lord is about to get busy and have fun with his judgment. That's absolutely correct. Okay. God's going to enjoy watching all the people that create all this confusion and evil and that perverted and polluted his earth. He's going to enjoy destroying them.
right.
Okay. And I am too. Okay. Even if I have to get destroyed for this place to be replenished, do it right now. Okay. Right now, while this live stream is going on, I won't be able to golf later. I'm fine with that. Okay. Just destroy this whole place. That's our mindset, because the sins and the pollution and the lies are getting ridiculous out here. Like, they're just making up lies upon lies, and they're laughing at us. Okay. Jeremiah
And
1:14. Yeah, I'll just read this one verse and I'll pass it to you. Then the Lord said unto me, out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. When the hell has that happened yet? For these preterists, these dumbos. Go ahead.
when are we as a whole are not gonna want to dwell amongst evil people? That's what
Right.
it boils down to. Because it's not
Yeah.
about me. It's not about you. And no, stop thinking that we can make this place better, bro. There's no hope for this place. Get that out your
No,
head.
definitely not. It's
We
way
cannot.
far gone, man. It's
We
way
cannot
far
dwell.
gone.
We cannot dwell amongst wicked people. Because
Yeah.
now, if I dwell amongst you and you wicked, right, and you want to cause me to sin, now if I follow you, I'm sinning too. And now we're both just like, you know what? We don't both. Now we both reprobate.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
now everybody wants to dwell around reprobates, and you're gonna become reprobate because you dwelling amongst reprobates.
100%. Yep. Amos
So
3:3, can two walk together except they be agreed? I can't walk together except we agree on the mark of the beast and hell and the flat earth and the color of Christ and mystery. I can't walk with people like that. Because if you are not down with one of those, then eventually you're going to bring in another lie and then another lie and then another lie, and then we're going to have this BS again. You know, that's what we know now. So we say, are you down with this book? All of it? No? All right, bye. Okay, good luck. You better hope that it's not true. And that's our mindset. You know,
and
that,
that's one of our favorite things to say on the live stream. Me and TMoG. Y'all better
Mhm.
hope the Bible is not true. Y'all better hope.
Yeah, you
Y'all
better
better
pray to Baal. Okay, you better pray to Baal that this book is not true, man. Because if it is, guess where the fire's coming? Not in the
to
spirit
earth.
realm like these Christians talk about. It's
To
coming to
earth.
earth. Okay. And guess what? That fire is already here. Okay. They're testing out these missiles and all that in Ukraine. What do you think that is? Like it's snow or ice or like flowers that they're sending over the
Oh
sky?
yeah,
That's heat, man.
that's what I wanted to say this morning. I was saying, yo, what's so crazy is I was thinking about how they bringing out truth on the news. Yo, the way they were showing earlier this morning, the way Putin is destroying Ukraine, I was like, oh shit,
He's having fun with it,
yo,
man. He's like
he's
enjoying it,
just,
dude.
yo, it's like boom, boom, nuke, boom, missile, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. I'm like, yo, it's like I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I don't got the heart to kill nobody, but like, I guess if it caused my life, then maybe. But
Yeah.
it's crazy how, like, the person it's like in his mind he doesn't even feel he doesn't feel like, okay, I killed probably 100,000 people. That's nothing. 100,000 more people gonna be born, so it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
come on, these people don't even have a heart, bro.
They don't value
Like,
human life, and that's what the Roe v. Wade and all that stuff, man. They don't care. They'll shove a coat hanger up their thing and just rake a baby out. I remember I watched a video of that in high school. I don't know why the hell they showed us that, but it's gruesome, man. Like they don't care, man. They're like, oh no, that's gonna screw up. I'm not gonna fit into my clothes, and I'm not gonna look good, and Instagram. It'll just rip the baby out of my body. That's how sick some of these women are.
right.
Okay.
And it's so crazy that if you oh man, we can go deep into this whole book. It's crazy because I was
Hmm.
just saying I was reading the Bible earlier. I was like, yo, you reading the book of Second Esdras, I think is the ninth chapter. Woman was crying at a point in time because they couldn't have a baby. Like they was going crazy. Like, yo, why can't I give my husband a baby? Like, what's up? Like, actually, now you have women in the Bible kind of chastising God. Like, yo, I've been having sex with my husband for 30 years.
Hmm.
Where's the baby at?
Hmm.
So at a point in time in the Bible, the woman wanted to have a baby to please their husband. Now it's like, I don't want a baby. I want to be with
Yeah.
you.
Let me get this precept, man. This says it all, man. At 2 Ezra 5:18, there shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Right.
So they're
We,
they're literally going to be screaming, "Where's my formula?" and this and that. They don't know what the hell's going on.
and that's what
Okay.
we see. We see women in the last days bringing forth monstrous children, because now these children today, nobody valuing the Most High, or your woman is turning on damn BET for your son, and
Yeah.
now he's seeing little Nas X doing some wickedness.
Hmm.
So it's all, this whole place is just perverted. Everything you see is perverted. The only life, the only life that you're gonna get is if you come here on this live stream. Because
Hundred
the
percent.
first thing we're gonna tell you is the shape of the earth, and then the next thing we're gonna tell you is God is doing it, and then the third thing is we're gonna tell you is, after all of the things we just told you, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's getting to a point where the Lord, like, we could get Amos 8 and 11.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a time where you're not gonna be able to hear this word no more on this specific type, this the way we're doing it. You're not gonna be able to hear the words of the Lord no more.
Yeah. Check
So
check this verse out. This is what Bible Defender was saying. What should we do? Second Chronicles 15:13. That whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. That's Second Chronicles 15:13, 28. Okay. And the same as Matthew 10:28. And this death is body and soul. That's what's at stake here. This is not you die and then you're born again into a new life and you could fix things, or none of that. This is clearly the last generation. There is no future generation. That's what anybody, even probably some of the Christians, will agree. There's no future generation that's going to see all the things that we're seeing, man. No way. So it's this one, and it's permanent. It's life or death. And that death, according to the Bible, is body and soul. Can you imagine that? That's a lot. Can you imagine you not existing, anybody not existing? What does that even feel like? You know, everybody wakes up, thinks everything's hunky-dory. Oh, no, everything's fine. What if you didn't exist? Like, God literally just deletes you and your consciousness. Like,
Wow.
that's serious, okay? But then
And
think of
that's
the
why.
opposite. But think of the
And
one.
that's why you gotta.
I'll get back to you 1 second. But think of the opposite. Imagine God allows you to exist, and you can exist fully and abundantly with eternal life. Go ahead. That's amazing.
I just wanted to say, not to cut you. I just got one point. That's why when you brought out that point about the MOTB, you can't be 50-50 on that. That's life and death, soul and body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's no
agreed.
50-50 in that. That's
No,
cutting. If you don't know that, you're cutting somebody existing to.
agreed. And you know, if this is not it, then I'd be inclined to say that the Bible's not true. I wouldn't worry about the future. You know, just go ahead and do whatever you can to stay alive. But you're not going to have to worry about God judging, because if He doesn't judge this because it violates many of His laws, you know, the fear thy enemy, the Charagma, the pork laws. I mean, we can go on and on and on. I mean, it's absolutely outlandish. And so if He doesn't judge this, then He doesn't exist. Okay. Then, you know, enjoy Babylon, I would say, you know, and my bad, you know, YouTube, I would say, if my videos are still, if Christ doesn't return by January 1, 2024, I give permission for YouTube to destroy my whole channel and my backup channel. You can go for it, okay? There's no reason to be reading the Bible in 2024 if Christ does not return, because then we would know then He would not judge this narrative, which is completely ridiculous. Let me remind people what the numbers are at. 5.15 billion. Okay.
For the jab?
Yeah. Can you imagine that? That's
Wow.
billion, folks. You know, this God doesn't waste time. He's very efficient. Okay. Can you imagine that? He did this work very quickly. Okay. And think about it. For Him to do the rest, that's light work. That's easy. So
Especially
it's
the
crazy,
fire.
man. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. But yeah, fear the Lord, man. Good to hear from you, man, as always. You know, he's like, I got to head out, but if you want to read them, the judgment in Lamentations 2:4-6, yeah, let's do that. So, you know, it's amazing, man. I would just say for people out there, man, you know, if you're scared or worried or hungry and all that, read the Bible, okay? It's going to fill you up, so to speak. You're going to have so much energy and enthusiasm to want this place destroyed, like me and Bible Defender and Fear the Lord and Catherine and people that come by here. You're not going to even want to eat food. Like the food won't even taste right. You know what I mean? Lamentations 2:4-6. He had bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire. Okay? The Lord was as an enemy. He hath swallowed up Israel. He hath swallowed up all her places. He hath destroyed his strongholds and hath increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. So God's going to bring judgment first. What, to Israel? Where's the house of Israel, the house of God? It's in America in the last days. And He hath violently taken away His tabernacle as if it were of a garden. He hath destroyed His places of the assembly. The Lord hath caused the solemn feasts and Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion, and hath despised in the indignation of His anger the king and the priest. So God's about to do an absolute destruction. Okay? And we can't wait. It's amazing.
Right. And this is why we tell you people, you better hope, especially if you're teaching the Bible wrong or you pushing prophecy that's not true. You better pray every day. You better pray that the Bible is just some book
Yeah.
that came into play to comfort people in the bad time, and
Yeah.
you know it's gonna go away in fruition. And just think about the way, you know, we operate in terms of the Bible. We teach you the Bible the 100% correct way, so that you won't be led astray. But then not only that, we're telling you that it's possible it cannot be true, so that you can understand how deep it really is. Because the thing is, if it's not true, then I mean, I really still don't want to be here. I mean, I'll be honest, because
100%.
everybody's still stupid, even if the
Well,
Bible's
I don't want
not
to be
true.
here. I don't want to be here even more, because then me and all the other religious people, we're dumb as well. So everybody's dumb. So that's scary too, if the Bible's
But
not true.
But then
So
I don't want to be around none of you people, because that means you people don't even have a heart at all. Because when this worst time of the earth came, you didn't seek for help for nobody. You just said fuck
right,
it.
exactly, exactly,
You didn't go to
exactly.
nobody for anything. You didn't say I want salvation. You didn't say I want help. You didn't say I don't want anything to do with anybody coming to save me. Because hell, if I could deliver myself and make a kingdom with a bunch of righteous people, don't worry. It'll be righteous. It'll be beautiful. You know, it won't be
Hmm.
the way the Most High be able to do it, but
It'd be
it'll
better
be
than this,
it'll be better than this, and it'll definitely have some structure, and
right,
it won't be people that don't have a brain.
right.
Everybody in my kingdom will have a brain, and everybody will be in order. Not saying
I'm,
like I'm a king and I have some type of power, but I'm just saying.
but I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because we're the ones who are doing things that make sense. Because anybody with a decency would seek a better and a better alternative, a solution, and that's us. And so thankfully there is a plan, a roadmap for that in the Bible. But we are still, the decent ones, coming to our senses and realizing like, hey, this is not a good society. It's not a fair society. It's an evil society. And so we're doing the right thing, 100%. And then again, like we say that the Bible is not true, just tongue in cheek. Like it's very clearly true at this point. Like there's the only thing that could debunk it for me is time at this point, like too much time passing and then the rest of it not being fulfilled. But other than that, it is true at this point, it's clearly true. So, and literal, like it's literal. It's not a symbolic truth or a metaphysical truth or anything like
Right.
that. So,
And that's another thing with you Christians out there. You better be scared, because you said this whole book, most of it was symbolic. Well, we see everything being literal.
yeah, agreed.
The famines, the wars, the uproars of the people. We see these things being physical, the MOTB being physical, and 90% of you Christians don't even know what the MOTB is. I ran into a pastor and more pastors than I ever ran into getting into the Bible, and the MOTB is not even in their mouth. It's just, saying running rampant on the earth, doing evil things. What the hell are you
Yeah.
talking about?
And that's why I know that, and that's another reason why I know that this is it, because all these other groups, which we know are evil, they're not even talking about it, like deacons talking about debating another pastor and a rap song and music. And well, like they're talking about everything else except the most important, arguably the most important prophecy in the last days. Then, it's like, well, why is that? The Christians were never talking about it from the first place. So that just proves that it's true. And so like we read earlier, does the lack of faith of others void the word of God? Not at all. Okay, it fulfills it. It proves that it's true, because it's not for very many people. We're excited because we see all the signs, and then it's very clear that Christ is going to appear very, very soon. So they're not.
And then, and the thing about the ironic thing is, I don't understand why people are still like masquerading around like the Bible is not true. I mean, it's
Yeah,
clear as day. I don't even know what do you need to what is the next thing you need to see for it to be proven to you? Because the next thing you're gonna see is Revelation 16:2, and then fire and brimstone.
yeah,
So so
yeah,
what I mean, like, are you serious, bro? That's what's next. There's no next thing that you need to see. You need to
yeah,
figure out now whether you either want to follow it or believe in it, to actually receive salvation. So, because this thing that we in is mainly about faith. And
hmm,
that's what you have to understand, because your works are not gonna save you. Now, we're not gonna tell you to go be wicked. We're not ever gonna tell you that. But we're
yeah,
telling you this thing is about reincarnation and predestination.
yeah.
If you was chosen from the foundation of the world, salvation is for you. And
Agreed.
if you wasn't chosen, then it's just that simple.
Yep,
Then you gotta worry about the fire, the swords, and all other calamities that's coming to this earth.
yep,
So, like I said, once again, we push salvation, and we're pushing salvation for the people that actually want it. We're not pushing salvation for people that sneaky want to stay here. You want to be here just a little bit longer. No,
yeah,
there's nothing here left. The only thing that's left is waiting to see what's next, and
yeah.
what's next is not so good, bro.
It's more
So
death. It's more
more
death.
Right. So
And I'm
definitely,
glad Bible Defender said that. 1 second, man. Just a quick point on that. You got to want salvation desperately. That's a key thing. Like people have always said salvation, but it has to be a life or death thing, or else, like you would be like, yeah, no worries, I can live with this. There, year or 2 years and all that kind of stuff. Matthew 24:22, and except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days be shortened. Why does it need to be shortened? Because they're facing death. Okay, they're facing tremendous uncertainty, and most importantly is that they're being propositioned to violate one of God's laws, at least one. Well,
right.
clearly many, and that's why the end times have to be cut short. And that's why the elect are going to be saved, because they're the ones who have the most sensitivity for God's laws. The heathen nations don't. Okay, they do not. That's why the salvation event is for the elect, not just the elect, but the elect men. I'm not saying women are not going to be taken away because they're part of the election, but it's the men that are going to be the most stubborn about, I'm not putting up with this. Okay, I'm going to die, or something else has to happen, and that's the stubbornness. Again, women are like that too, but the 144,000 are men. Okay, Israelite men.
Right.
That's the teaching.
And the reason why we don't want to be here is because it's just messed up on so many levels. Like it's not even like you can just see it's nothing left, bro. Like I'm literally sitting here in the middle of Manhattan by myself with nobody because I don't want to be around nobody. It's like
Yeah,
what the hell? Like I'm literally sitting here just looking at the cars go past on the live stream, just sitting here, and somebody else they might say, "Is he homeless or does he have any money?"
yeah,
Yeah, I do. But what is there to do? I mean, like this shit is boring, bro.
yeah. It
I
is.
can go do whatever I want right now, but it's bro, it's nothing to do, bro. This shit is boring. It
Yeah,
ain't no it. There's no fun or excitement, but seeing prophecy coming to pass in my eyes, I just want to see this shit come to pass. Cause
yeah. Me too. No,
I
that
never
would
been
make our whole boring life worth it, man. It'll be really worth it if we got to see it. Isaiah 24:11. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. You can see it, man. The joy sucked out of this place. It's gonzo.
right,
Yep.
right, and we don't want to take part in it because once we have fellowship with this world, then the Most High says, look, you have fellowship with those plagues too.
Correct.
And if you want to receive those plagues, I don't want to. It could be a chance, but I don't want to. So, at the end of the day, when you come to this live stream or anybody that's coming to this live stream, like idiots like IDL, idiots like anybody that's coming against what we're saying, the
Mm-hmm.
reason why we don't take you serious is because you want to be here, bro.
Agreed.
We're not thinking about investing in 5 years. And if you're thinking about investing,
Ah.
you better do it in a quick time before the fire comes.
Yep.
We're not looking to be here any longer. We're not looking, we're not looking for any validation of man. We're not looking for a woman to say we look good. We're not looking for that. We're looking for the God of the Bible to clear the air, which I made clear in my last live stream. And what do we want him to clear the air about? Everything. One thing, everything we're teaching, is it right or is it wrong? Which
Yeah.
I made a beautiful point on the live stream. I said, what if the God of the Bible said, look, all of you people IQ is low, you're all stupid, and all of you failed my IQ at a Bible test. I said, okay, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
I'd be
So
like,
now
that's
that
probably true. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, I see that. So, yep. Hmm.
so if that's true and we all failed, then the point is now we know what we did have right was a surety that we didn't want to be here, and that's what God
Yeah.
liked. He said,
Agreed.
yeah, I respect that.
Yep.
You didn't want to be here because you knew it was just something that wasn't right, and
Right.
your daily life proves to you that it's something wrong. Why do you
Hmm.
have to work? Why do you have to work for money that is being printed that they can literally put a number behind a number and make billions of it, but you working for something they printing that they could put a O behind every number
Agreed.
that you working for. So it's like
Yeah.
to a certain degree, they're really playing with your heart. They're really playing with you. They're like, yo, bro, we're giving you 500 a week, but all we got to do is literally put an O behind that five to increase,
Yeah. They're paying
everything.
you with your own money. So everybody's going to work, getting paid, putting the money in the bank, and then they're paying you from that same bank account when they inflate the money supply. And that's one sinister thing. And the next thing is they're printing money to enslave you and potentially cost you body and soul. But they're using your money to do it through fractional reserve banking. And so That's how sinister this system is. And so a lot of people are literally selling their soul, but they're not getting any money from it because it's their own money. So they're selling it for $0. And this is the same thing with the birthright in the account in Genesis. Like, people are literally selling their birthright for like a Happy Meal. Okay, it's crazy, man. Psalms
Right.
93:10-12. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee. He's talking about salvation, to keep thee in all thy ways. Listen to this. They shall bear thee up in their hands, salvation, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So he's like, you're not even going to stub your toe against a stone. So this is talking about salvation and avoiding the plagues, which is the same in Revelation 18:4 and 18:8. God's elect will not be here for Revelation 16. Okay, that's just what the Bible teaches.
And we got to understand that as Bible believers, which we would call ourselves the real Christians, because Christian just means follower of Christ. And you Christian,
Yeah,
you don't follow the Lamb wherever he goes. You follow Satan wherever he goes. So at the end of the day, we just want you to understand the people that understand the Bible and the people that don't understand the Bible, because we speak about the shape of the earth all the time, but I feel like knowing it is so crucial, because it's like it's no way you can say you understand the Bible, and that's one of the easiest things to even understand and grasp. That the shape of the earth is not a ball. I mean, it's all over the Bible. The Bible is a whole flat earth book. I
correct.
ran into a Christian on YouTube. He's like, oh, everybody that's believing in the flat earth is stupid because the Bible is 100% the ball earth. And it's like what I brought out on the live stream is like everybody's doing is making 1 + 1 3 when we know it's 2, bro. Well, like
Hmm.
what it's sick. It's like, yo, shit that we know is 100% facts. People are like wrestling with it.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, bro, you don't understand what you're reading, bro, and I don't even want to deal with you because I
Hmm.
know you don't understand what you're reading because it's all over
Yeah.
the book. Immovable, firmament, handiwork,
Yeah.
basic words.
No, it's clear. It's clear. And here's the thing: we know we can't trust NASA because they're sending nudes into space. So it can't. The truth cannot be what they're saying just by their character, by their demonstrations of the ball Earth, the CGI, and it's. I mean, the list goes on and on. And so we know just by their behavior and their actions, and of course their words, that whatever they're pushing has to be false. So if the creator made a ball Earth and he's using evil people to push it, so that means the creator's evil. If the creator, let me say that again, if the creator made a spinning ball Earth, he would be evil, because then he's using evil people. Again, let me remind people, NASA, which are a bunch of demons, are sending nudes into space to try and mock God. Okay. Yeah, taunt them. You know how people taunt people in a fight? That's what they're doing. They're trying to provoke God to wrath, and guess what? The wrath is coming. Okay. So let them keep sending those nudes and making buildings that look like penises and obelisks and all that stuff. Cool, man. Yeah, go do that, and then we're gonna have fun watching all this stuff burn, man. So these people are sick. So our hope is that the God of the Bible, which made a flat stationary earth, is the creator of all of this. So it's the strongest proof that the Bible's true, is the flat stationary earth. There's no other proof that pretty much proves that that's true. The mark is the icing on the cake because it validates the last book, of course. But the flat stationary earth is a precious truth, and that's why these Hebrews are gatekeepers. Yeah, what difference does it make? What does it matter and all that? Okay, well then, what does all the stupid stuff that you teach matter? All the other nonsense. Okay, so that's why these people are just terrible actors. Okay.
And
Catherine
we and
Ness is
we
like, it's so boring here. I lack any creativity I once had. I agree. 100%. It's true.
and,
It's being
and
sucked
we
out of us. Go ahead.
and we as people that believe in the Bible, the thing is, now that we know that everybody is like not to be taken serious, we're like, wait, why does everybody else, like you said, we should even take account and listen to? I don't even I don't remember the last time I even sat there and listened to a Hebrew Israelite lesson or video.
Hmm.
Because there's nothing to listen to. Nothing they say is gonna help me.
Yeah, I got to go in 4 minutes because I have a tee off time at 1:20. But Young Moses, man, what's up, dude?
Yo,
Shalom.
just vibing. If you're leaving 4 minutes, I ain't really got nothing to do. I'm not gonna waste any time. All right, see ya.
What's
Okay,
that?
but if you're leaving in like 2 minutes, I mean, I tend to be
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna go live again later, man, for this
all right,
blood moon.
okay,
So if you want to jump on then, that's cool.
we'll see you then.
Okay, shalom, man. Peace.
Bye.
Lord willing, Christ return on a live stream late night
Yeah,
on the blood
dude, that would be epic, man. You know what I
on a
mean?
on a blood moon, and then Lord willing, we get out of here tonight. That'd be sick. If we
Yeah,
really,
Joel Osteen will be taken away. You know, Ken Hovind, Creflo Dollar. You know, because they're the Saints, right? They're gonna be taken away. So it'll be it's crazy, man. Yeah, it'll be amazing, man. It's very clearly going to happen after this one, and I would say at the latest the next one. So for the people out there, the Bible believers, the real ones, you know, it's going to be a great year. And then for numerology people, 2022, 2 times 22 is 44. There's something
right,
interesting about this year. And guess what the
very
duration?
interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now this year is going to be very interesting, especially
Yes.
especially if the Lord doesn't return on this one, and He actually returns on the next one by November. You better hope, you better know by November. It'll be very interesting to see out here.
Yeah. The only thing I doubt that is just because it's already getting really bad for people. And then again, this is not just for me, because like obviously I have a incentive to see it this month, but then it's like, does God really care about the poor? Because 6 months from now, there's already a lot of poor people, you know, who are near bankruptcy and starving and famine. And it's like, if he drags this on, definitely 2025, I'm saying the God of the Bible doesn't exist, okay? Because he's gone against his word. But I would say even the end of this year and definitely next year, it's kind of iffy. So again, for me, I'm very happy just because the statement that I made about 2023, which was my initial major prediction, then that's 100% true. I stand by that with my body and my soul, 100%. But if Christ is not returned by the end of next year, you need to find another religion. That's everybody. So, or just read the Bible for inspiration, or you know, whatever. If you want to
I
start a
would
cult, do that. Okay, go for it. So,
I would say I would I would say that that most likely if the Bible wasn't true, I would not subscribe to being an atheist, but I would listen. I would want to go talk to them because I'd be like, yo, what made you strongly stand firm on the fact that God wasn't real? I'd be like, yo, because they would make a whole much more sense because I'd be like, yo, what made y'all
100%,
know that? Like, how did
100%.
y'all literally know that? Like, and they'll probably be like, yo, look at everybody that was teaching any of their religions.
Yeah,
We didn't take them serious,
yeah.
you know. So, but the
Bible defender. I'll just leave people on this. You know, again, we're saying this a bit tongue in cheek. We know that this God is the God of everything. Okay, Isaiah 43, 10, 11. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant who I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. Even I am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. So this is the God that made the earth and you and me and all these actors and all these dummies and everybody. Okay. With that, I gotta go because I'm gonna golf at 1:20. But Bible Defender, I might go live later, man. You can join.
cool,
You know, and Young
Shalom.
Moses. Yeah, and anybody. But all we're doing is we're speaking, you know, this place into just the destruction. Okay, and it's very clearly happening, and is only going to intensify. So, you know, shout out to everybody in the chat. I maybe didn't say hi to everybody. You know, quickly, fear the Lord for sure, man. You know, that's a sincere brother, man. You know, I really enjoy all of our interactions. You know, Bible Defender, thanks for joining, lifting the veil. Edgewise, good to see you, man. And you know, Catherine S., Young Moses, and trusting only in the Most High. So you know, it's amazing times. You know, just you know, for everybody, just be safe and hope everyone's doing well. Take care. Bye.